Hello. Today we are going to discuss the best possible exercises that you need to do if you have symptoms of Parkinson's. Before listing out the exercises, it is very important that you list out what are the common problems that you face. Is it slowness of movement? Is it that you have difficulty in walking and balancing yourself? Is it the stiffness in your limbs that restricts you in your daily routine? Is it a difficulty in sleeping, in eating, in swallowing, in speaking? Or is it a tremor that remains in your limbs during resting position? The first step would be aerobic training. It is very important that you build up your endurance based on what are your limits. So there are 5 common ways to do that. Go for a walk, go for running, swimming, trying to ride a bike, and going for a hike, whichever is possible for you. Second aspect would be strength training. But it is very important that you use less number of repetitions and less weight because it is going to benefit you more in terms of building up your endurance. Specifically aim for your back muscles because your posture is very likely to be stooped forward. Third type of exercise is you should always aim for flexibility. So flexibility means moving your all joints in every direction. Let's take an example of a forearm. So for forearm, you'll try to do extension and flexion. But there is another movement of rotation of the forearm which also works simultaneously. Very important rule over here. Do not try to use momentum. So if you keep moving continuously, it's a momentum-based movement. What you need to do is stop, take a hold for 2 seconds and then do the other side of the movement. The next aspect is maintaining your balance. You must have done some kind of balance exercises, but let me tell you, if you have any 5 of these hobbies, you will work on your balance very well and balance exercises won't be required in a separate way. What are those? Doing dancing, rhythmical movement based dancing, gardening, yoga, Pilates or Tai Chi. Okay, I'm talking about movements and exercises and hobbies, but it's very important that you grade them. Create a scale for yourself from 0 to 10, where 0 means there is no effort at all, not hardly, but no effort at all, like you are sitting or lying down. But 10 means it is maximum, you really want to give up at that time. Your limit of doing any exercise or activity should fall between scores of 5 and 8, sub-maximum level. Next important thing is the position of the activities or exercises does not matter. It is important that you do them. You can do them in lying, in sitting, in standing position, while walking. It should be very comfortable for you. These were very basic things, weren't they? What else is there? I have 4 very important things for you. First, try to chew very actively while eating because it helps to work on the muscles that help in speaking as well as swallowing. Secondly, try to make some random faces in the mirror while you are brushing, while you are just looking, while dressing up in front of the mirror. Try to make some random faces because your facial expressions, your facial muscles will get exercised. While talking, try to make larger movements so that when you try to, even you can try to produce some sounds. Oh, ah, ee, because these extremes will again exercise your muscles. And my personal favorite, try to sing out loud or read out loud because again when you do that and unknowingly you try to make expressions with that, it helps with your facial muscles. What more is there? There might be some kind of cognitive decline that you face. So in order to overcome that, build up on your cognitive skills, and I have 3 very simple activities for that. First, try to name as many things as possible in a minute. You can take an example like Shakespeare's plays or maybe the recipe that you want to do, like ingredients of that and how you're going to cook, the steps of that, whatever you are interested in. Secondly, try to do some kind of calculations in your head. 1024 and 1024 add up to 2048. And thirdly, Try to do some kind of puzzles and brain games, and I'm not talking about phones and laptops. Try to do something physical like jigsaw puzzles. They are really going to help you to improve your cognition. Trust me, they're not only meant for kids. Now you'd ask me, is there anything else that you have in your head? Yes, I do. I really want you to be active, and I would really recommend try to walk wherever possible, some nearby store, to the park, wherever it feels feasible for you. Secondly, try to use stairs more. If they are of a good tread, small tread, it is easier to climb directly. Or if not possible for you, even if you take one step at a time, try to use stairs if possible. Thirdly, sometimes you might feel we have to take out time for exercise and it feels too much of a burden. Don't you watch TV every day? Keep your exercise time, as I said, does not matter you're doing it in lying or sitting, try to do it while watching television so that you don't feel your time is wasted or it's an extra burden added to your schedule, but at the same time you're able to manage it. A very important recommendation: when you're trying to walk, try to take big steps. You can mark them on the floor and try to walk on them. And very importantly, not only taking big steps but voluntarily think in your head and try to swing your arms simultaneously in an alternative fashion. There is just one more thing to mention, what not to do, and I only want to emphasize these 4 points which will make your life much easier and you won't have to risk losing balance or not be able to do your daily routines easily. Try to use proper lighting wherever possible. Dim lights are not a good idea for you. Moving about and doing your chores in the dark does not help you. Secondly, try to avoid clutter because you do have balance issues, lots of movement. You might not be able to balance yourself and fall frequently. So avoid clutters. In the same manner, also avoid any kind of wet floors. It is okay to wait for 2 minutes for the floor to dry or remove water from the floor before you step onto it, like in bathrooms, so that there is less chance of a fall. And just adding to this, loose carpeting is also not a good idea. You can easily trip and you're already at risk of losing balance. I think these were very simple tips that I thought I should share for you because they are really beneficial in Parkinson's. Please let me know if you found this video informative. Like the video. There is a lot of content on my channel that you will find helpful. Please subscribe for it so that I have more videos, and do make suggestions in the comments below. Thank you, and we'll meet again